So this is the final version. We're very close. We've got our form, we've got values being passed round when the form is called over and over again. We've got our basic if statement. What the if statement is going to do is control the flow through the program. It's going to capture that point where if the height, if 0 or less than 0, we know we've landed. Either we've landed or we've crashed. It's a little bit more complicated than that because, of course, either we've succeeded in landing carefully or we've crashed the lander into the ground. And so what we need to do is we need to slightly, subtly alter our if statement. So we've got our initial loop. We go round and round and round while the height is greater than 0. The moment that the height is less than or equal to 0, we terminate the game, and then we have to have another test. And what the test is going to do is determine whether you've succeeded or you've failed. If the speed was greater than 5, what you've basically done is you've crashed, because the aim of this game is for your speed to be 5 or less. So we need a structure that looks like this. So you're in the game while the height is greater than 0, you go round and round and round, and then at some point, once the height becomes 0 or less, then we need to test for speed. And obviously you've got the two different outcomes there. Either you've done well or you've crashed. So at a sort of high level, that's what this code is going to look like. We've got an if statement with another embedded if statement inside it. If the height is greater than 0, we keep on printing the form out and playing the game. The moment the height becomes 0 or less, we jump into the next bit of code, and there are two possible outcomes. Either the speed is 5 or less, or it's not. You congratulate the player, or you say you've crashed. So the code will look something like this. At the top, you'll basically go, if the height is greater than 0, we print the form at that point. If the speed is less than 5, well, it's going to look something like this. You made it, or you crashed, something like that. Now there are a few other minor little tweaks to the code that we need to add in here. We need to catch silly values so that, for example, if somebody tries to enter sort of negative fuel amounts, or height becomes less than 0, we turn it into a 0, things like that. And it's quite nice at the end of the game if we actually just print out the final values. So we just add some simple print statements at the end that basically just print out this is where you were.